click the bell icon and never miss another update from Bollywood Spy.
Good afternoon. Great to see you here, and I'm really excited to talk about what this new project is all about. It's going to be an Amazon original. It's something new that I'm trying in terms of the platform. You know, you've known me as a filmmaker doing Bollywood films that release theatrically, but now I'm doing this big show with Amazon as an Amazon original. Just to give you a brief backdrop to what this show is. As most of you know, I've been a documentary filmmaker, and till now derive a lot of my raw material for my films from my documentary experiences. So one of the first documentaries that I did was a documentary called The Forgotten Army, which was, in a certain sense, it became my calling card. It was the first documentary that got me acclaim, and people started reaching out to me for work connected with that documentary. And this was something that I shot in 1996, and it is essentially the story of the Azad Hind Fauj, as we know it, the Indian National Army, which was formed in Singapore. We've all read about this in bits and pieces in our history books. There's not much of it. But what I did was I went and tracked down two veterans of this army, two soldiers who were part of this army, Captain Lakshmi Sehgal, who was the commander of the women's infantry unit in this army called the Rani Jhansi Regiment, and Colonel Gurbakh Singh Dhillon, who was also famous for one of the three being tried at the Red Fort trials. They were 86, and I went up to them and I said, we really don't know anything about this army and what happened in those years from 1942 to 1945 in World War II. Would you come back with me and retrace this journey? They thought I'm cuckoo. They thought I'm mad, because at 86 to take them back on this journey, which was going to be, we were traveling on the road for 3 months. But such was their passion and such was their desire to actually tell this story that they came with me, and we embarked on this journey which took us from Singapore through Malaysia, Thailand and Burma, all the way back to the borders of India. And this was exactly the route that the Azad Hind Fauj had taken on 55 years ago from when I filmed during World War II. And ever since I did that documentary, there was so much that I experienced behind the camera. There was so much that I saw, which was much more than what went into the documentary, that I always wanted to make a big feature about this subject. So honestly, today when I say that this is a story that made me want to become a filmmaker. This is a story that I thought, this is the one story I have to tell. And after every film, I must be honest, I used to bring out the idea of Forgotten Army, and I used to, I used to keep writing the screenplay and notes on it. I said, I want to do this, I want to do this. Somehow, 6 films down, I still haven't done it. And then, as they say, sometimes things happen for the better. And now when I'm undertaking this journey and making the Forgotten Army actually into a series, a mini-series, I think it lends itself much better to this platform. And that's what I'm really excited about, because Amazon is actually giving me a platform which is allowing me to make it with much greater scale, much greater reach in terms of audience, and really be true to the spirit of this, this amazing story. Because somewhere down the line, we do a certain Bollywoodization of our stories. There are certain parameters within which we need to operate when we're telling certain stories, and that sometimes takes away from the spirit of the story. And suddenly I got this platform where, for me, it's really a liberating experience to be able to tell a story exactly the way you want to narrate it. I mean, if a Japanese soldier is speaking in Japanese, so be it. I don't need to think of a tool. How do I make this Japanese guy speak Hindi? Kuch to hoga, maa hogi India se. Something you have to keep doing. And we've seen some recent films which have been destroyed by that tool, where we're making characters speak Hindi, because otherwise, how do you release it? And so it's just, as a filmmaker, I must say that it's been a great experience in scripting this. I'm still scripting it, and being able to narrate the story the way I really wanted to.